Solve the equation 1 plus 2i times w plus I times w star equals 3 plus 5i. So the w star is the conjugate of w. So we start by defining w as something like x plus yi, and w star is therefore x minus yi. Conjugate means exactly the same, but we replace the plus with the minus or minus with plus. Okay, so now we replace this w and w star with x plus yi, x minus yi, and then we do the algebra. We expand everything. 1 times x, 1 times yi, 2i times x, 2i times yi, and I times x, I times minus yi. And then remember that I squared is actually minus 1, I squared is actually minus 1, so that's why we have minus 2y plus y. And then we simplify. Minus 2y plus y is minus y, and 2xi plus xi is 3xi. So we simplify the like terms. Now we group the real parts, so we have x minus y for the real part, and the one with I, the imaginary part, y plus 3x or 3x plus y. And on the right we have 3 plus 5i. So we compare the real part, x minus y must be equal to 3, and the imaginary part 3x plus y must be equal to 5. So we have two equations in two variables. We solve simultaneously. Here we can just add, we cancel out, and we have 4x equals 8, x equals 2. To find the y, plug into one of the equations. If we use the first one here, the x is 2, we can find the y, which is minus 1. So the final answer is 2 minus 1i, or 2 minus I. Next part is to sketch. Okay, so the first locus, this is the absolute value of z only on one side, so this is a circle. To identify the center of the circle, we use z minus z1 form. Notice that if we open up the brackets, we should get exactly the same as the minus 2i original locus. So the center is, from here we see it's 2, 2. The radius is here, 1. And smaller than means we shade inside. So yeah, I don't know what this is. All done. Okay. So this is the sketch. We don't have to sketch the individual locus actually. So just to visualize, we have to draw this kind of circle. And for the other locus, this is a half line because of the arc something. So arc means argument, and to identify the starting point of the half line, we use z minus z1 form again. So the starting point is 0, 4, and the angle is greater than means from this value to positive pi. So the sketch is like this. Starting from 0, 4, the angle is from minus pi over 4 around here to pi, which is around here. So that's what we shade. So the intersection, if we combine both loci, we have the circle. We have to label the center of the circle and make sure the radius is 1, and the half line starting here, and we label this x-intercept also here because the angle is pi over 4, so the gradient is exactly minus 1, and the shaded area would be inside the circle but also this part of the half line. So this is the shaded part. The least value of imaginary of z. So imaginary means the y value. So we need to find this y value here. Z means it's a line from the origin to any point on the circle. So this is z. C can be anywhere here, but for the least value of the imaginary of z, so the least value, the lowest y value, that will be exactly here. So this is what we need to find. So to find that value, just look at this this triangle here. Okay, so if we look at this triangle here, this triangle, so this is right angle here, so this is a right angle, and we know that this angle is 45 degrees, pi over 4, or this one is also pi over 4, so this one is also pi over 4. So if we look at this triangle here, this is pi over 4, and actually that's not what we draw here. We are drawing this triangle actually. Okay, so this is the triangle we are drawing here. So if we use this triangle, it's this triangle here. We know that the radius of the circle is 1 and it's 45 degrees. So you can use cos or sine here. So if we're looking for this height of the triangle, we can just use the fact that cos 45 is the question mark over 1 adjacent over hypotenuse. So to find the question mark, it's just 1 cos 45, which is root 2 over 2. Okay, so we are drawing this triangle inside the circle. It's a right angle. We know the angle is 45 degrees, and we know the hypotenuse. We can find the adjacent. So now that we have the adjacent, to find the imaginary part, we know this is 2, and we know this part is root 2 over 2. So the y value would be 2 minus root 2 over 2. Alright, I'll see you again next time.